Disney, three things I did a lot of things for them over 20 years. This is kind of dating myself, but my first job there, which is my introduction to Disney, was the Hercules Victory Parade. And it was just a staple because I was, fresh out of high school, and I was an aerobic dancer, and it was just this like incredible, gospel high energy music. And the same day that the movie came out, the parade came out, and all the toys came out, and it was just this it's unbelievable experience. I did a couple of parades. I left parades, did some other things. I came back, and one of the most incredible moments in my life was when I booked Aladdin the Musical Spectacular. It ran for 13 years, which is, in a gorgeous 2,000-seat theater. It was a moment where I'll never forget where I was, and, just this flood of tears of, I passed the audition, and I booked the show, and was turning on stage and jumping out of the stage, and, doing a kick line, running upstairs and coming down them. Incredible moment. I did that for 8 years. After that show closed, I had the great opportunity of working in Frozen live at the Hyperion. It was a groundbreaking moment in my life, and also culturally, for a company like Disney, being a black male and being in a musical like Frozen, and I was the king. It was an incredible experience of working for a company for 20 years and knowing that something that may have never happened before, as far as the look and very specific look of what certain characters are to portray, in the animated movies, and being cast as the king, in this theater was really emotional for me.
I want to fast forward and kind of talk about what it's like to work with the cast members you have now.
They're a great group. I'm incredibly, optimistic, and, it's like the reality is, these are new personalities, and, all of us have, come from different places. I'm from Los Angeles. There's some people that are from here and from other places. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting to know everyone. This is early in the game. I think that the reality is that there are some people get along and some people don't, and we don't know yet. You know what I mean? Especially because, as someone who's coming in and choreographing and directing and singing, and, there is managing a cast, and there's also just being a part of the cast. These are very different hats, and I have to remind myself to be humble and to stay on their level no matter what.
And I think the other thing I wanted to ask you about is the show that you're also doing.
Yes, Black and Blue Blade.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about
that. I'm so excited. I mean, what an incredible opportunity. It was not. When I came here and visited, it wasn't something that was premeditated or planned. It was just something that I happened to be working on, and that, have been, doing shows, cabaret shows throughout LA for weddings and, and other events. And talking with the owners, just in conversation, and then, when they called me and wanted to offer me the job, they also told me that they wanted to, put up, my show, Black and Blue Blade. And, I'm so grateful.
So what is it about? What is it about? What can people expect with this show?
Something that I've learned in my travels and my experiences is that, to take something from everyone and then to give it back. So Black and Blue Blade was definitely, and just writing up the synopsis of the show is, it is definitely something for everyone. I've done a lot of music by the Rat Pack, my experience working on cruise ships, there have been a lot of shows where that classic music, there's nothing like it. And I believe there will never be anything like it. From, the Rat Pack of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, and these classic, Sammy Davis Jr., to someone like Michael Bublé, who has recreated this sound and brought a fresh look at it. I pride myself on just over time being more comfortable with my voice and my own style of taking that music and then being inspired by Michael Bublé and, giving it my David T. Morris twist.